everyone, welcome to the CaptainDrone YouTube channel. My name is Steve, I am a drone pilot, and like all drone pilots on the planet Earth, we don't just fly drones. We fly RC helicopter and we fly RC planes. We like to fly things in the air. If you get into the RC hobby, there's no way you're going to keep flying drones for the rest of your life. You're going to branch out and fly other things, such as an RC plane, and this is a nice one from FMS. So this is called an RTF plane. RTF stands for ready to fly, and what RTF means, ready to fly, means that everything in this box is everything you need to get up and flying. In other words, the plane's in here, the transmitter is in here, the battery charger, it's all in here. And I think they also include floats, so you can fly this on and off water as well as on and off snow. So let me just open this box and check out what's inside. Here we go. This is the inside of the box, and I do see the remote down there. So the remote is a fly sky remote, which is not bad. Well, that's different. The propeller is already attached as well as the forward landing gear. Bing! Okay, so I'm just going to toss this away. And let me just tell you, I'm going to assemble the plane. You'll see that later in the video, but right now I guess we'll jump to me out in the field flying this. Here we go. Ah, the Ranger looks gorgeous in the morning light. Please note that the Ranger can take off and land on grass as long as the height of the grass is no more than 1 inch. And now on with the early morning maiden flight. So I'm at my field. It's a beautiful morning. Check this out. Look, there's fog everywhere, but that's not an issue for me because I have put little lights on the wings of this plane. If I can find them here. Let's see. Can you see it? There we go. You may or may not see the little blinky lights on each of the wings. Those lights are aftermarket lights that you can buy on Amazon. They're like 20 bucks or something like that for a package of 3. Charge them up, stick them on your wings, and you have indicator lights. So the plan this morning is to take this for a really quick flight using the included remote and the included battery, the little 3S battery that comes with it. And if one of these cameras picks it up, Tractor Man is here again. I can't believe it. And then after I fly this, I'm going to put the floats on. See, I've got the floats already assembled here. I'm going to put those on to the bottom, and we'll go someplace where there's no Tractor Man and we can take off and land on water. So this should be a quick flight. Here we go. Here we have our plane, and if I pan the camera up, we have Tractor Man out there. Let's get this show on the road. First thing we do is power on this really cool little fly sky remote. You will notice this switch up here, I've put these little labels. So when the switch is all the way up, your stability's off, but you do have a little bit of stability for wind. When you pull the switch all the way down, then you have full stability, so your plane will not roll over in the sky. And I'm going to use the included little 1300 milliamp hour LiPo battery 3S. Here we go. So let's open up the battery cavity hatch, and we just stick our battery in like this and connect it right here. Now, if you're unaware what time it is right now, looking at my watch, it's about 6:58 a.m. Woohoo! Why is there kids out of this hour? So we have Tractor Man making a racket out there. He's not running over the kids, but he's coming pretty close to them. So over here we have our plane, and we're all set to go. Let's just check out our surface area. So there are no flaps. You have to put flaps on yourself if you want to in the future as you get better. I don't think you really need them. So you should have ailerons. Look at that. Wow, that's a lot of movement. And then in the back we have our elevator here, up and down. That's a lot of movement too. And then we have our rudder, this thing over here. And then we got a rudder, and our front wheel turns too. And of course, if you lift up the left joystick, you get throttle. And we can cruise away. Now it is a beautiful morning, but check out my takeoff and landing runway. It's getting worse. Every time I come out, it's worse. Look at it. We got all this green, mossy vegetation growing through it. And oh my God, it's just full of bumps and everything else. And it's soaking wet this morning. This should be an interesting flight. All right, Tractor Man, I'm going up for a flight. Can I take off in this bumpy runway? Let's see. Oh, it takes off like in seconds. It says, I don't need a smooth runway for takeoff. So I'm over in the other field because, well, you know, Tractor Man and the kids, as we already mentioned and established here. I've got the throttle on this tiny little included remote at, oh, I don't know, 30%. It is so light, it doesn't take much to get up in the air. I can see the little blinky lights. Looks nice. Let's go fly over our parking lot, away from all the humans. There's Tractor Man below me. Got no kids. So what I'm going to do is bring it down for a low pass over here. I've done no trimming on this plane, nothing. This is straight out of the box. I've adjusted nothing. I want to use it just as a beginner would with next to no knowledge, and just flies it just like that. So here we go, low pass. The Ranger's pretty cool. Hey, Tractor Man's leaving. He's going to another field. So for all of you beginners looking for your very first ready-to-fly plane, this is definitely one to consider. Doesn't weigh very much. It flies on that tiny battery. Everything you need comes in the kit. Come down this side now. There we are. Coming down really low. It's almost like landing it here. And then this is full speed. I can't see a beginner getting scared with that. That doesn't seem overly fast. Here, let me bring it around again. I'm gonna do two things for you. What? Full speed again? And now I'm gonna go slow speed. Ready? So a beginner doesn't like to fly fast, so let me just slow it right down. This is how most beginners would fly. There's no flaps on here. So I'm gonna go so slow that it's gonna wanna almost land, but I don't know, here we go. This is slower, there we go. Gliding along. Then I'm gonna bring down super slow the next time, so slow that I'm gonna land it. Another great shot of it. And let's come down for a landing. We'll go over Tractor Man over there. I'm gonna bring it down so slow that it's gonna wanna land. So the way to land this is just kill the throttle. So I see kids over on my left, and I'm gonna get by them, and now I'm killing the throttle. There you go, I can walk beside it, it's so slow. Look at that. Oh. I can see beginners having a joyous time with this thing. And you can steer it and drive it on the runway here. Let me see, I can turn it around to come back at me with all these bumpy ruts and everything. Drive it back over here. And let's put it in front of one of the cameras right over here. All right, so that was a 5-minute flight on the battery that was included with this product. I'm gonna check to see how much voltage is remaining after 5 minutes of flying. I have 22% remaining. That means you can probably get 6 minutes of flight on this thing with this tiny little battery. If you put a 2200 milliamp hour LiPo battery in there, you're gonna get like 15 minutes of flight time easily. Next thing I wanna do is go put the floats on it and find some place with water and see if we can take off and land on water. Here we go. To add the floats to the Ranger, simply remove the 4 screws holding the landing gear in place. Then attach the floats to the plane. Then secure everything in place with the same bracket and screws. Attach 2 additional brackets to the forward section, screw everything in place, and you're all set. Final step is to connect the rudder servo cable, and this then allows you to steer the plane while you're on the water. When completed, your Ranger will be ready for takeoffs and landings on water as well as snow. Well, I made it out to my local beach and we're going to take the plane for a flight. Here we have the Ranger with the floats on it, and my hands are full, but I have one hand available to lift it. So yeah, it's not very heavy. It's very light. Now, for your information, for everybody watching, I've never flown a plane or landed a plane on water. So this is the first for me. This is a maiden. So this should be a lot of fun. Hopefully it doesn't end in disaster. Most people would probably stand out there on the dock, but I'm just gonna stand here by the water. Let's put a battery in here. Now the battery I'm using this flight is, I just happen to have another 3S battery. This one's a 1500, so a little bit more flight time, but I'm not gonna fly for very long because I'm gonna be really nervous flying over water. Plug that in and push this battery to the nose. Batteries go all the way to the nose on this plane. Put the canopy on. Oh, we're all set to go. I should have surface areas. And elevator and rudder. Now for this flight, I am going to leave it on stability because, as I mentioned, I've never taken off on water or landed on water. And if you watch YouTube, there's a lot of mishaps that can happen. If you get this coming in too much like this, blink, it's nose over. Then it floats out there and you have to go get it. I don't think I'm gonna go get it. One last thing to make sure is I have a rudder down here for steering in the water. There we go, it works. So it's hooked up to the rudder back there just by a wire. This all comes in the kit, so it's pretty easy to assemble and get everything going. So let's plop this down in the water. There we go. See if it floats. Well, it looks like it floats. That's a good sign to start. And we're just gonna run along the beach. Oh no, don't aim at the beach. I can't fly it that way. It's gotta go this way. Okay, we're gonna take off really quick, going this way. I could steer it, and let's give it some elevator and up. Woohoo! That was my first takeoff from water, and I feel pretty good about it. Just gonna bring it around. We're over the beach this time. Going around, trees over there, gotta avoid those, and we'll come back for a low pass. There we go. Coming low to the beach this time. Whoa, there was a sign I almost hit. Coming low to the beach this time. Whoa, there was a sign I almost hit. I would have been the only guy crashing on a beach with a plane in years when he's got all this water to crash into. Coming down low. There we go. Simple to fly for beginners. The nervous part is going to be the landing on water. You got to kill the throttle and let it glide in. I've got this goofy dock right there, so that sort of kills where I want to come in. This is how I'm going to come in. I'm just going to do a low pass and try it. I'm not landing. I could do a touch and go, but no, I'm coming right at me. That's no good. There we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to try to land this baby. Here we go. Okay, slowing it down, less and less power. Gonna go right along the shoreline. This could be really good or super bad. All right, so here we go. I'm right along. I don't want to go out and get it, so throttle's off. Oh, look at that. It's like it was made to land on water. Oh, hang on, it is made to land on water. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. So as a ready-to-fly plane, you do get an awful lot. Take off from land, put the floats on, take off from water, or take off from snow. They work the same. Floats are great in fluffy snow. It's really good. And land in snow with the floats on as well. So the next thing I want to show you is how easy it is to assemble everything. This took no time at all to assemble, so watch this. The first part of the assembly requires that you install the landing gear. Once the landing gear is put in place, secure it with the plastic bracket and 4 included screws. To install the horizontal stabilizer, merely sit it in place and secure it with the 2 included screws. Next, you're going to want to locate this item. This item fits between the rear servo and the elevator. Just connect them. To assemble the main wings, simply connect them together, pull out the 2 wires so they dangle loosely, secure the wings together with the 2 included screws, connect the 2 loose wires hanging off the wings with the 2 loose wires already sitting in the fuselage. Next, fit the main wings to the fuselage. The wings are then secured in position with these 2 plastic locking pins. Push the pins into the wings and turn to lock. Now you can secure the 2 wing supports to the fuselage. The propeller nose spinner is put in place simply by pushing it in. To test out your plane, install 4 AA batteries in your transmitter. Power it on and make sure that the left joystick is all the way to the bottom. If your battery is charged, you can now connect it. You can now make sure that your control surfaces move in the correct direction. If they move in the wrong direction, you can reverse the direction using the reverse switch on your transmitter. Be very careful with moving that left joystick up and down because it spins your prop. All right, so back to me. Now I'm going to tell you a little story really quick. When I first started to fly RC planes, which was a year ago, I went to my hobby store and I wanted to buy this kit, ready to fly kit with the receiver, the transmitter, the battery charger, the floats, everything all in one. And it was out of stock and they weren't getting any for a while because it goes out of stock often. So I didn't buy that one. Which one did I buy? I bought the Aero Scout, Hobby's own Aero Scout ready to fly kit. And that's how I learned how to fly. I'm going to say that if this had been available, this is the one I would have chosen. And I would have had just as much of an easy time learning how to fly as I did on the Aero Scout. This one you get more because on the Aero Scout you don't get the floats. So this one you do get the floats with it. So if you get good at flying on land and you want to move to your local lake at a cottage, well then you have the floats for it, as well as in the winter time. In the wintertime, floats are awesome on fluffy white snow. You just sail across the snow. All that to say that this is a really good deal and I don't think it's very expensive if you can get the ready to fly kit. It's not often it's available, but if you can get it, I would get it. And below here are the purchase links to the FMS store. Go check it out and see if this is the plane for you as a beginner to get into the RC flying hobby. All right guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have questions on this plane or the kit, just post them below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, well then leave a comment below as well. Also, coming up is a whole pile of drone reviews, so stay tuned for those. Catch you in the next video. Bye!